Hi, Fashion Dolls. It is Transformation Tuesday, March 14th, and welcome to an all-new episode of Style by Stevie. Y'all, it feels so good to be back. I apologize sincerely because we had a show scheduled for yesterday, but we are going to reschedule and get you guys set to have our very special guest on. Joining me today, we have Devon Tatum, ladies and gentlemen, director, actor, and writer, and I'm super excited to have him here in the Dollhouse. Joining me tomorrow, we have John F. Thomas, who's also an actor, and Friday we have Ronnie Hudson II. So make sure you guys tune in. I'm super amped up about our very special guest today. He is an actor, director, and writer, and I'm super excited to have him here in the Dollhouse, Fashion Dolls. All right, so without further ado, let's get back into the swing of things. I feel rejuvenated, I feel good, I feel great. As you guys can see, I am glowing all over. So welcome to an all-new episode of Style by Stevie. So without further ado, let me send this invite out to Devon. I miss you guys so much. All right, so we're going to get right into today's show, y'all. Without further ado, let me go ahead and send this to Devon. Send this out to everybody and let them know that we are back. We are in full swing, in full effect. And I got a haircut, as you guys can see. I want to do something a little different for today's show. All right? So without further ado, let's welcome our very special guest, ladies and gentlemen, Devon Tatum.
No, my thing turned around.
There we are.
Wait,
Welcome.
can I hear you?
Yes, can you hear me?
There I am. What? I can hear you. I am.
Perfect. Welcome,
Yeah.
welcome. Welcome to the Dollhouse.
I am.
How are you?
I am good. How are you doing?
Great. It's great to have you here.
I've been good. I hope I can hear you. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
Awesome. You,
Perfect. Perfect. Go ahead. You were saying something?
oh, I was just making sure that I can hear you and things of that nature.
Okay. So, without further ado, before we get into this interview, how has 2023 been for you so far?
How's 2023 been for me so far?
Yeah.
Is it's been kind to me so far. She's been nice. She's been nice. She ain't do nothing too crazy just yet. She's been nice. Oh, I can
Okay.
see now. I can see. Yes.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just coming in, we are here with Devon Tatum, ladies and gentlemen, actor, writer, and director. So tell us, how did you get your start into writing and directing, if you don't mind? Let's start from the beginning.
Okay, so the writing and directing, I never planned on doing that. There's this guy named Jor. He would always I would go to this thing called Make a Film in 8 hours. So he would always ask me, "Hey, Devon, you got your camera? No. You got your computer? No." So he kept asking me. Then I started bringing it, and then that's how I got into writing and editing and filmmaking. Because I went there just to go be an actor. Like, I'm just an actor, sir. I just want to do that. But I didn't realize he was actually teaching me to be more versatile in this entertainment world. So I thank him for that, and that's how I learned what I learned today.
Mm.
Hmm.
And it took you first on. And fast forward, you produced some projects for us.
Yeah, yeah.
Balance, Serenity, and Peace, which would have been in 2021, which is one of my personal favorites.
Wait, which one?
And Balance, Serenity, and Peace.
Oh, yeah, that's one of my favorites too.
Yes, and you've starred in some things as well too, Twin Blows and Assurance Policy.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I didn't start in it. I just kind of cameoed in there. I just let them do their thing, and I was just more behind the camera. Only reason why I got into those, they were like, "Devon, you got to get in it." Like, do I? Okay, fine. So I did my little cameo in there. Yeah, but they always trying to get me in it. I'm like, hey, if we got time, then I'll do it. But balance, serenity, peace. That's one of the top four that I've done that I want to recreate and make that one a two. an hour-long piece, if not a series. Yeah,
You
I'm
should
surprised
definitely.
it's one of your favorites, because that one's, oh my God, like the backstory that I want to do on that one is amazing. So I can't wait.
So, where did the inspiration for balance, serenity, and peace come from?
It was it was collective. Like DeJour, he gave us a challenge to where we got to use a battery in some form. So I'm like, I don't know where we gonna find a battery. So and then somebody had like a little watch battery in that piece where he used it as a coin. So I'm like, oh, there we go. But as far as the concept, that was more of a collective thought, and we just went with whatever came to mind, because it was the whole thing was improv. Like everything, yeah, all of that was improv, and they just fed off each other.
And it just
And
came
then
naturally.
it was more okay. What do everybody have? Like, what did everybody bring? So I don't want to call her a witch. She's not a witch. She's more like a oracle or something
Mhm.
of that nature. Like she brought whatever. I brought the little vials, and then those little rocks. Those actually had balance and peace on it, and that's where the title came from.
The most important thing. And it's a phenomenal project. It tied out to be excellently. So I can't wait to see. You said you're adding on to it. So what are some other things? I know you can't give a whole lot away, but what are
Uh-huh.
some things we expect from you in the future?
In the future, Tubi, and I'm gonna shout it out to Netflix. Those are my next two big goals. I'm gonna end up that I know Tubi for sure because I got some connects. And then my biggest goal besides theater is getting something on Netflix as well. hmm hmm
That's coming. And I see it. It's manifesting in the future. So much to come. Could we get more acting in the
Oh,
future as
oh,
well also?
it's coming. It's coming. That's one of my goals. Hopefully, if not soon, I would say after 3 months. That's my goal because I'm gonna be learning some business. After 3 months, that's my goal to really get back into my acting bag and really manifest some things that I've been wanna do.
And more writing and directing and then so forth and so on. Like we're
hmm
in the middle of 23, we're now in March, and then before you know it, uh, April, May, June, so much is coming up in the future. So we've talked behind the scenes, so I
Right.
already know, but I'm super excited. Just you alone with the new shift, the new challenge into this new year is just amazing, and I see the growth.
Thank you. And shout out to the nails. I see the nails. Shout out to the nails. hmm
Thank you. I always had to make sure that everything was right for today's interview. So, oh my goodness. So, how do you find the balance with everything? Because you're independent, you do it all on your own. And even me, I understand from that standpoint as well, too, with having the balance. And we talk, so it's difficult for both
Right.
of us behind is doing things
Uh,
independently. So,
it,
how do you
it,
find?
it's a few things. One is God. The
Mm,
second is a couple of people. They stay on my ass. They're like, Devon, yes, ma'am. Okay, yep. Like they keep me on track because I be focused on one thing and then I'm like, oh, I want to do this. I'm like, score. They're like, Devon, get back on track. Like, okay. And then really like hunkering down and like, okay, one thing at a time. Like just do
okay.
one project at a time. So if anybody listening and y'all do stuff collectively as a whole, hey, we got Classy PJ in the building. How you doing? She's another filmmaker. You got to get her on the show one of these days too.
Yeah.
She's phenomenal. Yes, like Classy PJ, you're phenomenal. She's amazing. She's an amazing writer. She's amazing actress, filmmaker, editor. She's all that. Oh, and but yeah, anybody that's watching me right now, and you want to know how do you balance multiple things at one time? Do one thing at a time, and don't give yourself the excuse. Oh, it's only 24 hours in a day. I don't have enough time. We all got the same 24 hours in a day. All you got to do is just pick one thing and stick with it until it's completed, and then go to the next. And then you'd be surprised how much you get done that way versus trying to do everything at once. So then you get and then you get burnt out, and then you get lazy and depressed and wonder why you're still on square one when you should be on square 10. But yeah,
Exactly.
one thing at a time.
And another thing I can add on to that is taking breaks. That is so, so imperative because
Mm-hmm.
it's overwhelming to you. And that's why I said in the beginning while I was introducing you that I haven't went live for a couple days because I've had to take breaks. Yesterday we had a show scheduled and I briefly messaged my guests and I let them know, apologized or whatever. We're going to get that straight and worked out so that we can be right back on track. But it's been a lot with me having to start over. You guys know that my page got hacked, the talk show page got
Oh,
hacked, and I
yeah, I
have
saw
to
that.
start completely over. So it's a lot. It's a
Yeah,
lot.
because I saw like, who the hell is Vo? I'm like, who is VO? Vo? I'm like, yep, she got hacked. Mm-mm. And another thing too, to find balance is to understand it's okay to do nothing. For like, just take a weekend and do absolutely nothing. Just be in your drawers and watch TV or something. Just snack or something, be lazy and do nothing, and then you'll be surprised by Tuesday. You'll be like, oh, I feel refreshed. So it's okay to actually do nothing. You don't got to eat, sleep, breathe, and work every single day. I mean, unless that's just how you're built, but it's okay to do nothing.
And and trust me, I've had to take breaks. I've had to begin again, start over. It's nothing new for me with having to start a new vision and just regroup. And people who know me very well, my work ethic. I'm always on the go. I'm always doing something, but I still have to make time for myself. That's important. And that's imperative to anybody who wants to do it on their own. Make
Yeah,
sure
because
that
I
you
be
are
telling
focused
you to
on
breathe. I be like, breathe. Like, it's okay. It's like, it's all good. Breathe. Like, because whatever you're working on, it's going to be there. Like, it's all good. Because once you go take a break, that thing, whatever you're doing is going to be right there. It just, you coming in with a fresh mind, and that's still going to look the same way. And just now you know how to put it together. Now that it's like, it's like an artist or whatever you're doing. Like when you're doing a project and you've been looking at it for 3-4 hours straight, and you've been doing it, and you're like, I don't know which way to go with it. But go do something else. Go to the movie theaters or something. Go spend time with your boo or whatever, and then come back and be like, oh wow, I really did that. I'm definitely gonna do it this way, and then you'd be surprised how much more you get done and what other inspirations you done pulled from not just yourself but just whatever that was around you. So that's another reason why you should take breaks and do nothing sometimes.
and shout outs to my brother K Tukes also as well, making sure he called me yesterday right after I just was in the process of fixing the breakdown. And he called me and said, Sushi, you all right? I said, yes, I'm fine now that I'm talking to you. I'm glad that he reached out and he called yesterday. And I think you texted me yesterday too. A couple people were checking on me
Yeah,
and checking, making sure that I was all right because of everything that happened. Yeah, I was devastated
yeah,
when
you
I
got
lost my talk
smooth
show.
quiet. And
Yes.
I was like, you good over there? Like, you got smooth quiet.
Yes, I was devastated. I said, I don't want nobody to know. Let me sync this, let me process this and internalize this, and then go ahead and make the announcement about what happened. Because that morning I tried to log in and I kept trying to log in and I couldn't get in. I said, what's going on? So I said, and then I seen the name change.
Yeah,
I got hacked.
yeah. And think of it this way. Think of it this way. When something you building is great and it gets destroyed, that ain't nothing but your success that's about to happen. So
Yes.
because when you're doing something in a steady pace and it's the same thing, it's like, all right, cool, boom, and then it's the same repetitive thing every day. But then once something bad happens, let it happen. And then, yes, it's okay to go through the emotions, things of that nature, but just know that out of all of that, a blessing is going to come. And then whatever that bad that happened, your blessing is going to overpower that. And then you just stand on top of your blessing and you're like, wow, I'm glad you did what you did, whoever you are. I'm glad you hacked my page because now I'm stepping on top of you and I can see higher because now without you, I'm over here. So thank you for hating on me and trying to beat me. You and whatever they trying to do. It's just a blessing in disguise is all it is. that just means you're gonna do something great, even though you may not know what it is, but you about to do something great.
And
Ooh, oh, fat homeless. Wait, what? Fat homeless mocha? Huh?
they're coming in, your supporters are coming in. How does it feel to have this huge support system behind you 100%?
Yes, yes, yeah, yes. Ooh, yeah. That's another good reason. Going back to the balance is the support system. You know, I can name, some people, like Michelle L. Paris, um, Portia. I'm Classy. I can Portia. Let's see who else. Farrah, Furious. I could just be naming all day. They are a huge support and a huge beneficial of reason why I know what I do and how I do today. Because there's been challenges, and because of those challenges, I think the way I think now, and there's things I will not accept. I accepted it at first because I never went through it, and I wanted to go through that storm on purpose, so I know what not to do when I actually, start getting bigger clients and things of that nature. So let me go through this hell, so when I get something peaceful, I know how to handle it, and I think that peace is hell. But yeah, for
And
anybody watching, it's okay to go through something ugly so you can get to something beautiful. But yeah.
and Devon has witnessed it. K Tooks has witnessed it. So many people that I have within my corner have witnessed things that I've been through to get where I'm at. And it's been difficult, but I can say today, I texted my girlfriend early. I feel so much better because she checked on me. She was like, "Girl, you all right?" So I said, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm great, 100%." Devon texted me this morning, and a few other people were just checking to make sure that I was in a good headspace because they noticed that I've been kind of off, kind of quiet on the low about
Mm-hmm.
certain, and just me being to myself, staying in tune with myself, and that's why when I came back today, I feel rejuvenated, refreshed, um, renewed, all because I took that break and just taking time to myself, being in tune with myself. It's amazing. I can say this is the most happiest I've been.
I'm gonna put this one on. I'm gonna put her on blast too. Lady Lavender. Yeah, she's a voice actress. What else she do? She's some type of teacher. I forget. Um, she's phenomenal. She's another person that she should come on the show. hmm I'm bragging on you. Oh, that is yes. Mocha, self care is key. That is the key of the day. Self care. Self care is key. Take care of yourself before you take care of somebody else.
Yes,
Self care.
girl. Like,
Yeah, but
I I just had to tell one of my girlfriends that today about self care. She was like, "I'm so stressed out. I don't know what to do." Make sure you are taking care of yourself. I know I promote a lot with fashion and beauty on this platform, but take care of yourself. You don't necessarily have to go out and do what I do, buy a new dress or
right.
something. Just take time for yourself. Take a few minutes. Like I read a whole article this morning on that. Got to take care of your mental as well to protect your peace. And I posted something in my stories about that yesterday, making sure that you prioritize your peace as the first number one thing. I'm not going to sacrifice my peace for anybody else if I know that it's going to bring chaos to me, if it's going to cause harm to me. I'm not
Right.
going to do it. I don't pay attention to it. So I've gotten to a point where I try to stay guarded and protected in my life about certain things. I've been to certain people about certain things. I have a close knit circle of people around me who know certain things. And I just don't reveal a whole lot. Like I open my velvet rope to certain people. But other than that, the rope stays up until I kind of slowly get to know more about the person. But that's because I choose to protect my peace and who I allow to come into my life.
Right. My sister came into the building. What's up, sis? Y'all look. I done come out from under the rock and y'all done come in here. Like, what is Devon doing? I am being interviewed by one of the greats up there. She is one of the greats.
Thank you. You not about to make me tear up, Devon. And I
I'm just
just got
saying
this
you
makeup done for this interview.
what she said.
I'm reading the 4 agreements, and that is amazing, making me rethink about how I approach life too. I can see the topic helping me live stress free. Oh yes, yes. Oh, boundaries, absolutely.
Mocha, you
Boundaries.
better stop preaching. Look at Mocha. Boundaries. Ooh. Ooh, boundaries is the same like energy budgets. Ooh. Like, hold up. Like, my energy got a budget on it. Mm-mm. No, my, like, whatever energy I give you and you flipping that, no, go ahead and run me my energy back. Mm-mm. Same thing with boundaries. Oh, no, you too close in my little boundary space. Go ahead and run my boundaries back and step on the other side. Mm-mm.
And
Boundaries
you
is
draw the line somewhere.
got
If
to.
it sacrifices your peace, if it's, someone mentioned mental health, and for us as people of color, we continue to sweep things under the rug for so long and not talk about it. We've been taught, oh, well, just pray, just talk to God about it. But faith without work is done. So talk to God. That's why God put therapists here for a reason. Reach out to somebody and talk to someone, because let me tell you, it's not going to get any better if you just stay silent. You got to talk about it at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And trust me, I've been there. Whatever guilt, whatever burden has bothered me, I can always reach out to somebody and text them. I can always reach out to somebody. So today I was just texting everybody, checking on everybody, making sure that they're good. Everybody's making sure that I'm good. And that's what it takes to make sure that you're protected and you're well in your space. Keep a circle around you. Just know who to include within your circle, especially being in this business of filmmaking. Devon being a director and actor and writer, and myself being this talk show hostess, it's a lot because you're dealing. And one of my guests asked me this question not too long ago in one of my interviews back, I cannot remember. He asked me this question. He says, Miss Stevie, how do you do it? How do you do these interviews and you're dealing with all of these different personalities? I, I just stay in tune. My mom told me always to say a prayer before an
Yeah.
interview and after an interview. Even if it was good, you make sure you pray. So I grew up faith-based, making sure that I keep God in my life and everything that you do, which goes back to what Devon was saying in the beginning of the interview, which I asked him about balance. And he said, I find God. I put God in my life. So for me, it's the same thing. My mom grew up Christian. We grew up Christian. My mom taught me to put God first in everything that I do. Before a test, before going for anything, whatever it is, you make sure you pray. Because without
Mm-hmm.
him, you be here just as fast as you got this platform, it can all be taken from you. And I've been humbled quite sometimes. That's one thing people don't know about me, is that I have been humbled. When I first I started off at like what, 19 years old. I started off with this platform very, very young. And me coming in here, I was cocky, I was arrogant, I thought I knew it all, but now I'm pushing 30. And when you push 30, it's like, okay, a whole different mindset,
Yeah.
a whole different outlook on life. And it's just like I'm slowly but surely evolving into my own woman. And I see that.
That's good. Please, listen. Another thing about pushing 30, naps. I know it may sound joke, but them naps, oh my God. But on a serious note, prayer is key. Even even if for all my non-religious folks, meditation is key. It's the same thing when you think about it. Prayer, meditation, the same thing, you know? Like Mocha said, self-care. You know, prayer is a part of self-care. You know, it's a part of balance, you know, and even meditation, you know. But when you pray to God, and even though we don't hear God, look around you. Because he may not say something to you with his voice. Listen, Mocha, listen. Naps is everything when you turn 30. What? Ooh, when you eat something good, like I had oxtails moments ago. Oh my God, listen, Miss Steve, I had some oxtails with some yellow rice, and then I had some macaroni and cheese, and they had the audacity to steam some carrots and put some honey on it. Ooh, ooh, I was ready for a nap, but you know I had to do this interview because I would have missed this whole This whole interview, if I wasn't napping, my naps are sleeps. But anyway, wait, turning 30. Yeah, you're right. 30, yeah, we 25. Yeah, we 25 over here. We don't turn 30. We turn 25 and stay at 25. But yes, filmmakers, fashion designers, anybody that got something that's going on that's in the independent world and you're building yourself up. Prayers, self boundaries, self cares, and prayer, and more prayer. That's going to get you far. It may take a little slower, but it's going to get you further than what you thought. Just saying. And read something too.
Oh, yeah. Yes, and I was reading on, what was it? Good Morning CBS. Good Morning. They said the reading actually increases your lifespan. If you guys didn't know that, read a book a day. I read a whole article this morning. I flipped through a lot of magazines, a lot of fashion magazines, a lot of books. I'm always gratitude journals. I love to write, and that's another thing that keeps me in tune with myself too, is writing, putting it on
Oh,
paper.
I'm about to
My
follow
mom,
you.
my mom gave me a journal, and everything that I do, I placed it on the box that she gave me as well too. It's like a little Chinese jewelry box. It's beautiful, and I placed it on top of that. And whenever I'm feeling something, I put it on paper, whether it's a quote or just can be an inspiration, whatever it is. And I open my fortune cookies too, so I put whatever the quote is in that cookie on the paper as well too, if it's something inspirational. So one of the cookies says something about bringing a light. So shining, definitely, definitely opening a light and shining whatever it is.
I know one thing I want to bring back is based off of relationship, healing, and the what ifs. And what I'm going to bring back is, you've probably seen it, is and release. It's by releasing, and is broken love. Like, that's one of my other favorite stories I want to bring back and make it into a longer film. Because that film, it hits heavy. You know, it talks about pregnancy, losing your baby, your husband, going out, cheating, trying to find his way, going to alcohol, losing his, just everything. You know, just everything going against that relationship, and then trying to find a way to fix home. So I can't wait to bring Broken Love back, because that story is intense. So I may do it here. I don't know yet. I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet, but I can't wait to get back to my writing studio and start writing Broken Love, start writing Balance, Serenity, Peace. Oh, because everything connects. I'm gonna say that everything connects. So just know, whatever you see in Balance, Serenity, Peace, there may be a connection with Broken Love. But just saying.
You said a number of things. You said alcohol and women losing
Yeah.
their babies, and there are women who are facing that. And
Oh
we know
yeah.
that women of color, Black women especially, there's a high
Yeah.
infant mortality rate going on. So in the Black community, we've been taught, it was Jennifer Lewis, she said something that we think we can drink it away, we can do all of these things to make
Right.
pain go away, and we kind of become so isolated to the point where we numb ourselves. We know,
Mm-hmm.
which goes, Mocha was saying, which is releasing. You have to
Yeah.
release it. You can't just numb it. Sometimes we numb ourselves, and that's a temporary fix. But opening up and is released, and releasing it, how we're talking right now on this platform, is helping people. You can't keep it bottled up inside. That temporary fix is good for that feeling. But when it's gone, you're still going to feel that pain either way. Yeah,
Yeah.
it can help then, but it's still going to be there.
Mm-hmm. And you got to learn how to channel that pain into something positive. And and it was something I was going to say, but I forgot. It might come back to me. But yeah, you got to learn how to channel that pain, because it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt hard. And it may take years for that healing. We have to stop hiding. Thank you. That's what I was going to say. We have to stop hiding things and expecting response Yep. Wait, we had to stop. Oh, there we go. Our culture, we was taught to not say nothing on both sides, on the women's side and the men's side. We was talked about, oh, that happened to you, baby girl, whatever. You gave him a reason to do what you did. I mean, to do what he did to you. So yeah, we ain't finna talk about that. You was out there in the streets doing whatever, but at the same time, look at what she was around. Same thing with the guys. Oh, so so all this is happening to you. I mean, that happened to me, that happened to your father, that happened to such and such. Like, man up. Like whatever. Like, bury that, man up and move on. But not knowing that we all need a release. I recently read that the most people fear living that life. Yep. Yeah. That people do fear of living the life they want. And then when they get it, they feel like they're not deserving of it, which is weird. Man, you have any more questions, Miss Stevie?
I, I'm just letting everyone chop it up. We're so engaged and in tune with this conversation. I was
Right.
waiting for Lady Lavender to say something. I recently read that yes, and even for me, I fear change. At one point in my life, I feared change, and a lot of us shouldn't be scared of it. There's nothing wrong with starting over new. And someone told me this, that you're always changing, you're always reinventing yourself,
Mhm.
and not just the exterior that you got. See, I change makeup, hair, fashion, whatever, but inside as well too. My personality has always stayed static. That's about
Right.
the only thing that changed. The makeup and the makeover is within. You have to readjust certain things. And I've learned that now, about to be 30 years old, I can't make the same mistakes I did when I first started with this platform.
Right.
19, right after school, because my attitude was bad. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna be transparent and put it out there. My attitude was bad, and I was picked on a lot in high school, so that went along with me in my adulthood. And Jay Evans said this. He said, "You was like the old Mary J. Blige. You ready to fight back in the day?" Yeah, yeah. If you looked at me crazy, I was ready to fight. So, and I'm a Scorpio too, so you know that
Oh.
it's the fire in me.
Mm-hmm.
But I toned down way differently than when I first started, because I'd be ready to clap back for everything. And it's just like now at this point in your life, not everything needs a response. I pay it. I pay it dust. I'm currently reinventing myself. It's a rebirthing process. Reinventing yourself means, okay, you're laying down, you're taking that rest, and you've been rebirthed again. And it's beautiful. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
So, speaking of the reinventing process,
Mm-hmm.
what is something you're looking forward to reinvent with you in your career? Something that you're passionate
So what is something I'm looking to reinvent in myself?
about? Yes.
My craft.
Mm.
That is something, and then just my independence. So my craft is oh, this Mocha. I'm gonna follow you. So there was a saying that I was. It was. I'm gonna get back to the question. There was a saying um, that I felt it was downloaded to me by God, and it was uh, sometimes you gotta move in silence to be heard, and that stuck with me. Cause when what that mean is, don't be telling everybody your business of what you're doing, cause then again it might not end up happening. So you got to keep your business to yourself, because when you start telling your business, people are like, oh, you can't do that. Oh, you think you do that? Maybe you don't go get your ass a
Yeah.
9 to 5. And then now all that doubt is in your head. So now you don't want to get a 9 to 5, and you stop doing your dream. So sometimes it's best to move in silence than be heard, because when you get done doing whatever you're doing in silence and you publish whatever you're doing, guess what? Everybody is talking about you. Everybody is seeing what you're doing. Mm-hmm. For reinventing my craft. I'm reinventing my craft. I'm learning something new. I'm moving different. Like I said, I'm gonna take 3 months to learn, and then come back out on top, and really take everything that I've learned in Georgia from Michelle, Farrah, DeJour, Furious. You know, even the bad experiences. You know, all the names I did, they were all good experiences. But I ain't gonna name the bad experiences because they don't deserve that much light. But anyway, but but yeah, everything that I learned there, I'm incorporated here. That's one of the 48 laws of power.
Yes.
Both come about to be your friend. Silence is key. But yeah, reinventing myself, um, doing stuff for me first. That's another one, reinventing myself, because I'm a helper. I like to help people. I like to see people grow. I like to see people elevate in what they do. I like to see people smile. And I like to see that. You know, and then, I had a friend of mine, DJ Lady Flex. Um, she would give me, she would send me stuff, and she like, no, you do this for yourself, and then come back later to pick everybody else up. I was like, okay, okay, okay. But then I always think, okay, but if I go get them, they can help me get there, and then I'm not the only one eating; they're eating too. So that's the way I was thinking. But now I'm getting what she's saying, and now I get what she's saying about, like, no, you need to do for yourself first, and then everybody else would come. So I'm like, okay. So now that I understand that, that's going to be one of the big keys of me reinventing myself to do for myself, so that way I can get to where I want to go in life. So yeah, that's
Well,
two of the ways.
coming in. I see a lot of people are coming in engaged in the conversation. We were talking about balance and finding out ways to make sure that you stay in tune with who you are and the reinventing process. Because a lot of us want to stay in just that we feel comfortable with staying in that one place. But there's nothing wrong with change. There's nothing wrong with a new beginning, a new start, and changing for the better. There's nothing wrong with that. And I've been told that a gazillion times. I've had to start over twice, not just here on these platforms, but in life as well to reinvent. And I'm thankful for the ones that tap me on my shoulder and give me that nudge every day, like, you've got this.
Right.
Those are the people you keep within your life and in your circle that keep you grounded. And I can't say enough how thankful I am to have that. So
Mm-hmm.
definitely. All right, fashion dolls. Before we take some questions, we're gonna shake it up a little bit and do something different. You guys know that March is International Women's History Month, correct? So I'm going to give you guys today's final thought first, and then I'm going to give you guys today's woman that we're honoring for Women's International History Month. All right. So today's final thought ties into the conversation of everything that me, Devon, and you guys discuss as well too. And the quote is from Dolly Parton, actually. And if you're comfortable with yourself and you know yourself, you're going to shine and radiate, and other people are going to be drawn to you. And I chose this quote because it fits so perfectly with the conversation that we're having. It's all about keeping a good energy circle around you. It just brings out a glow within inside of you on
Mm-hmm.
the outside as well as the inside too. And it's because you know who you are. You're confident with who you are, and confidence is key in anything. Whether whatever business proposal that you're going into, whether it's film directing, writing, producing, hosting a platform like I do, whatever it is, you go into it confidently, knowing that this is going to go well. This is going to work out in my favor. And today's woman that we're honoring for Women's History Month, fashion dolls, and I feel like she's so overrated, would have to be Jackie Harry. Now, we know her as Sandra Clark on 227. Now, here's what makes her so unique and distinguished. She was the first African American woman to win an Emmy Award for supporting actress in a comedy series. So this broken barriers for women of color like myself to get into the business. So shout outs to Jackie Harry. Today we salute you, Queen, for Women's History Month. And again, it goes back to the quote right here. Know yourself. And she also says something to the extent of the same way too. Dolly Parton and Jackie worked together on a comedy skit on Dolly Parton's variety show. And it ties back to what Jackie as well as Dolly said, which is making sure that you shine and let other people see that radiance. Let people see how kind you are. Let people see how uniquely beautiful you are, not just on the outside, the exterior, but on the inside as well too. Which means that whatever energy that you put out, if you put out good energy, you're going to attract good energy. And so far, I've been putting out good energy. I haven't gotten into any beefs with anybody, any other talk show hosts, any other platform hosts, because it goes back to what I think Mocha said it in the comments earlier, which is I think it was either Lady Lavender or Mocha who said something to the extent. Ladies, let me know if I'm wrong or right. Who said what? All right. One of them said, I stay in my lane. And I do.
Oh, that
You
was
haven't
Mo.
heard about any scandals of me being in the news and beefing with anybody. And it's because I stay within my own lane. And I don't try to come. I've learned to stop comparing myself to other people. You can
Oh yeah.
only be original. In this business, originality is key. And in life,
Yeah.
originality is key. For whatever it is. If you're going to pitch a business, let's just say you guys know the show Shark Tank, how everybody has to get up there and they have to present their business pitches to everybody, right? So you have to do something that somebody else is not doing and be original, make it your own. Make it your
Right.
own. And that's what I've done with this platform. I don't try to emulate anybody else. I try to be the best version of myself that I know I can be. And that hopefully should set the trend for the next person and the next person and the next person. And it goes a long way in life, a long circle of way in life. So originality is key in this business. And I
Yeah,
know
it
you
is.
guys have the quote from Coco Chanel. You guys know I love Chanel fashion. She said something about in order to be irreplaceable, one must be different. So I dare to be different. And that's one of the key words that I put on my vision board back in 2022, which was dare. I wanted to step out on a dare. I wanted to come into 2023 bolder and not having to be backed into a corner and be silenced. Stand up for what is right and continue to voice what is right when you see something wrong. So that is the key word of the day. And remember that, everybody, and it's dare. Dare to be different. Dare to be uniquely you because God made you uniquely, divinely. So that's all I have to say on that. Now, those are our thoughts of the day, Fashion Dolls, and our Woman for Women's History Month. We're now going to take some questions from the audience. For myself or Devon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm having such a great time, and this is what it should be. You live life to the fullest, and you enjoy the fruits of your labor. And I must say, I definitely am enjoying every minute of it. I love it. I love what I do.
Well, while they mustn't up their question, can I just shout somebody out real quick for their originality? That's Lady Lavender. You talking about somebody that's original? Oh my God! Like the way she writes, I don't see anybody doing it on the big screen or on TV. That girl brain is different. She one of them rare breeds where it's like if you don't have her in your pocket or just like, hey, Lady Lavender, I got just she she that one because I can't wait to film like 4 of her projects. Oh, I can't wait,
It's coming in the future, so we got to stay tuned.
especially for that one. She when I say do stuff in the silence, if that was a person, it'd be her because the I because I'm a expose myself a little bit. I'm an actor and a writer, but I don't like reading. But she's one of them ones. I will open that thing because I be forgetting to read too. So my bad, Lady Lavender. I ain't finished the story, but I'll read her stuff. Mm. Who inspired you to do what you do? Is that for me or is that for Miss Stevie or both? Well, Miss Stevie, you go first.
I would have to say my mom and my grandmother, and God more importantly than anything, but my mom mainly. Her outspokenness is what inspired me to do it because my mom's a Libra, I'm a Scorpio, like both on the cusp. So I would have to say my mom, and then a little bit of my dad too, because I get my, how would I say it, my heroicness, my fearlessness from him, and I get my little bit of outspokenness, gentleness, that nurturing spirit from my mom, and that's why people find it so relatable. That's why I brought up that word originality. Is make it to the point where people can be like, oh, she can be like the aunt, she can be like the sister, she can be like the daughter, the girlfriend I never had. I try to be all of those women wrapped into one because strong women raised me to be the woman I am today.
Oh. Let's see, for me, it's not really a who. It's more of a what. Because this goes back into my childhood. Like, 'cause I remember I would be laying on the carpet and me and my mom would be watching like TV or something. Like, Mom, you gonna see me on TV? Mom, you gonna see me on TV? You know, she told me that story, so I didn't remember that. But the what inspired me would be the movie Clash of the Titans. I think that came out when I was a teenager. I was in the movie theater and I was like, I would have did this, I would have did that. I wish they would have did this. And I was breaking down the whole movie as I was watching in the movie theater. I'm like, and then later on it's like, oh, I want to act. You know, like I want to act. I want to, and then that was like I said, that was my main goal. And so I'm trying to figure out, is there a who? I guess for his inspiration, I think it may be Will Smith. And then later on, when I got older, I started watching people like Denzel. And then I recently just watched Creed 3. And this time for the inspiration, I think his name is Anthony or something like that. The guy that played Michael B. Jordan's best friend. Like, he inspired me because the way his reaction was, his mannerism was, I'm like, oh, like that is great because I just saw you in Loki on a Disney movie. I mean, on a Disney show. Now I'm seeing you. I'm like, come on now. It's like if I can see you be two different characters, and I get lost in you, and I'm not thinking you as this other character, but I can see. I'm like, man, that's what inspires me because I want to be that type of actor. Or if you go see me be a whole father or something like that, and then I turn around and go be this other character, you forget I'm a father over here. Like that's the type of actor I want to be. Like I guess so, but it's like over time, like my inspiration changes because the older I get, the more appreciation I get for this type of art. And then Miss Stevie, she's inspiration too. She's a hardworking woman right there. I tell you, that girl don't sleep. Mm-mm. She don't know what breathing is. Well, what do you believe sets your style and approach apart from others in the industry? Miss Stevie?
Oh, it's for me or Devon, Lady Lavender?
Both.
Or for both of
Yeah.
us?
So what do you believe set your style and approach apart from others in the industry? So what sets your style and approach? Yeah, I wanna know that. Oh, Miss Steve. Oh, that's your question.
What sets my style apart from everybody? I try to handle things with delicacy. Like if it's and I'll give you an example. Um, ooh, this was one of the most, I would say, one of the most controversial interviews that I've done, but not really. Something happened that day during the interview, like it was the Breonna Taylor verdict. I interviewed Sky Black from All the Queen's Men on BET Plus, and that same day we did that interview, I could tell that his energy was off during the interview and everything. He was upset. I was upset. Everybody was up in arms in the audience, and I tried to make everyone a little bit, at ease, like put their mind at ease and comfort them. Like, we got this. We're gonna continue to keep fighting and get justice for her. So that same day we did that interview, I had to keep my composure. I had to stay strong throughout the whole interview to keep him calm, to keep myself calm, because we were all on edge. We were upset, of what could have happened if that verdict went left or went wrong. So, yeah, my interview style, I try to be gentle with certain situations, especially when it comes to that. Style in general, fashion wise, are you talking fashion wise style, or are you talking about style of interviewing, or how I do the platform, Lady Lavender? And what sets me apart from everyone is I don't try to be like anybody else. I try to be Miss Stevie, the best version of myself. The beauty, the elegance, the sex appeal that you guys see on screen here. I try to exude that as a talk show host and not give away too much. Um, oh, okay. Fashion wise, I would have to say I developed it on my own. I developed it on my own. I flipped through a lot of fashion magazines and I get inspiration. Mostly platform and interview personality, anything you want to highlight. Oh, I would have to give my mom credit for that. My mom I give her credit for the personality. She taught me to always handle things delicately, handle things gently. And I guess I embody that motherly spirit from her that makes people calm and confident to come and talk to me about certain things. Like people have come to me and told me secrets, friends, and I've never told them. And it's because they feel confident with me. People feel comfortable coming to talk to me. That's the type of person I am. If you tell me something and you tell me not to tell the other party or whatever, because you're not ready yet, I keep that secret. And I kind of advise you along the way, give you advice. That's the type of friend I am. I don't reveal secrets. And my girlfriend Felicia, if she's watching, she can attest to that because we have shared plenty of secrets. And she's told me things, and that's the power of sisterhood, having your sister's back and being able to support each other. The same with Devon here. I've told him things, I've told K2 things, and we've kept it confidential. So that's another thing. That's what makes me so unique and stand out from the rest of the other talk show hosts. Whereas you got some that will put it on Front Street and just let it be out there. But me, I keep it a secret. It's personal, it's private, it shouldn't be out there. But when it comes to handling things like that, like mentioned with the Breonna Taylor verdict, I try to handle things with delicacy because I know it's such a touchy subject. And being a Black woman, seeing a Black woman lose her life, it put fear in me as well too. Because I have to go out in the real world, not just here online as Style by Stevie, but I have to navigate through the real world as well too as a Black woman. And I know that the life expectancy on us as POC, people of color, is short. And I don't even have to get into the gist stuff. So that's what makes my style differently. I handle it with delicacy. And I say the things that people are afraid to say. That they want to say, but they're afraid to say. And they're just like, she's getting somewhere with it. She's saying something. Now, fashion-wise, I'm always a risk. I would have to say I'm a risk taker. I'm not afraid. I'm boundless in my approach of style. I've done everything from green hair, purple hair, blue hair, yellow, you name it. I've done it under the sun. I've had unicorn colored hair. I've wore outfits that were quite, if you have a mother that grows up in the South Baptist, you already know what the reaction, because she goes back and she looks at some of the looks. And she'll say, my God, I remember one dress, and you guys remember that number. It was leopard print, and everything it was cut out here, cut out there, back was out everywhere, and I wore the black asymmetrical. Yeah, it was beautiful. But my mom was like, my God, where's the rest of the thread for this dress? Yeah. So me, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to get in tune with my sensuality, my sexuality, all of the parts that make me uniquely me. But keep it classy and tasteful. That's what my mom always told me, and I do. And she loves it. So no complaints on her.
I gotta go after that. Jeez.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I know it was a mouthful, but it's layers to it.
I gotta go after that. Okay. Well, all right. So the first part is what do I believe sets my style apart from others in the industry? I listen. I'm a student. I don't never think I'm a master of anything. I'm always learning. And me as an independent filmmaker, I want to learn how to pull off what people like Christopher Nolan, who did Inception, if you've seen that movie, who did like all of Christian Bale's Batman. It's like the way he shoot, his storytelling is amazing. And Antoine Fuqua, the way he shoots, I'm like, okay, you got all this budget money to create this. So how can I do that at the level I'm at now? So, and then another thing that sets me apart from the industry is I'm not trying to do another drug movie. You know, I'm not trying to do another gangster movie. I'm not trying to do what these black folks are doing. I mean, no shot down on them because I ain't gonna lie. I was on Tubi and I just say about 5 movies. I want to see what they're doing. I want to see, how they writing and things of that nature. Cause I'm pulling from them as well. But I know that's kind of like contradicting what I said. But yeah, I don't want to be another independent filmmaker making another hood movie. I don't. I don't want. I don't want to be a black person making a black film that we can't learn from, or like I want somebody's kids to be like, "Mommy, Daddy, I want to be that." And it's one of my films, and it's like maybe it's about an adventurer or something. Maybe it's I need our people, filmmakers, writers. I need y'all to. I know y'all write what y'all see, but I need y'all to put all the hood stuff down because that's what they want us to make. Okay, that's what the system want us to make. They want us to make more hood films, so whoever watches it be like, "Oh yeah, that's easy. I can go get a bag." Like, no, go out there and make a low budget Lord of the Rings or something. You know, make an adventure movie or something. You know, make a happy, fun film. Forget the baby mamas and strippers and all that. Forget that. But that's one thing that sets me apart because I don't want to do none of that. Even though it's fun to do, but I don't want to do that. Let me see. What's the? Let me see. An approach. See, my approach to the industry. I'm a student. That is my approach to the industry. I am a student. I don't want to go. Okay, so no shade on Tyler Perry. I don't want to go to him to be a student. I'd rather go to Michael B. Jordan and be a student, or Antoine Fuqua to be a student, or Christopher Nolan. Dick Wolf. You cut on Dick Wolf. Law and Order been on since I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, I would love to go be Dick Wolf's student. And it's like, okay, how are you creating these long lasting shows? I want to be that type of student. I want to make that type of money. You know, to where you can go to sleep and wake up and make $500,000. What? Come on now. I want to be one of them actors on one of them shows where my check just to be on there one day is $500,000. And there are actors and actresses out there that's making $500,000 an episode. What? So like, I want to be that. It's like my long-term goal. That's what sets me apart from these other people in the industry. You know, because they so focused on, you know, what they see and what they can do because it's quick. You know, because it's easy. And because it's easy to play hood. You feel me? It's easy to play some cricket. But it's not easy to play something powerful, if that makes sense. You know, it's not easy to be a father who lost everything, but how are you going to get back onto the top? Without using anything far as like, oh, well, let me go to the drug lord. And no, how are you going to get to the top? How are you going to get back everything you lost? And that's a vague example. But when you really sit and think about it, it's like, how are you going to get back to the top? What can I do? All right. Well, let's show. Okay. Oh, what's the name of the movie that Halle Berry did? She was a an MMA fighter, and she hopped out of the ring. And this is a prime example. Granted, she was kind of in the hood, but she did a low-paying job because of her fear. But then when she kind of got pushed back into it and she went back to the top. So it's like, that was cool. I like that. Like, that was cool. So you want to tell stories that are not, yes. Shout out to me for the story. I didn't know you was, yes. Thank you for clarifying that up. Yes, I want to tell stories that are not a stereotype. Like, if somebody see me be like, oh, he's a big gangster or whatever, or whatever. Like, no, I want to see more black heroes, right? I want to see more black doctors. I want to see more black peaceful cops. I want to see a cop that don't go crooked, but gotta go against the crooked ways to keep what's I have not seen none of SWAT, but I think Shamar Moore goes through that a lot, his character. But yeah, I want to be that type of person in the industry to where I don't want to. Yeah, I know every once in a while I want to do the stereotype, but I don't want that to be like the main focus. Yeah. So I think that's what sets me apart from the industry is that I don't because anybody can go make a hood movie or a hood show. Anybody can do that. That's easy. So I guess another thing that sets me apart is I don't mind a challenge. And one of my challenges, and I mean this in a good way, is Lady Lavender. Her stories, oh my God, because I've been like, ooh, Lady Lavender, can you help me with Element? And she helped me with Element. I'm sitting there thinking like, how in the hell I'm going to do this? So I got to figure out how to take her amazing idea and make it into a reality way of shooting. Man, I'm telling you, I love me some Lady Lavender. Oh my God, her brain is amazing. Mm-hmm.
And another thing, range. That's what directors and writers and actors are looking for is range. Don't just, and I
Yes.
think it's Leslie Jones, she said there is a lot of typecasting going on
Oh
when it
my God.
comes to black and actresses. They only expect you to portray one certain type of role, and the key
Oh,
important thing is
Octavia Spencer typecast, Michael J. White typecast, Michael Ealy typecast. There's another one. She's Hollywood black mama. Every movie she's in, she's somebody's mama. I think Almost Christmas, the one that played her. I would love to see her do something where she's not a mom. Oh my God, like she is such a phenomenal actress.
Loretta
Um,
Devine.
what's her name?
I think her name is. I think Loretta Devine is who you're talking about.
I think that's her name. Like she is such typecast. She is so typecast. I'm like, oh my God. Um, Another person I would love to see do something is are some of these comedians. Could they get typecast? Like I would love to see Kevin Hart do a serious action movie. Like I would love to see Kevin Hart go do a military movie. What? Oh my God! Because the fact that he's been around people like Mark Wahlberg and The Rock, who is like they're so pure focus when they get their mind onto something and their drive, and that he's been around that. So like I would love to see Kevin Hart go do something like that. Jack Black, he's another one that's kind of semi typecast. I would love to see him do a serious role. Man, Lady Lavender, you ain't typecast, but I would just love to see you do something. Just saying. I keep saying her name because I would love to see her on the show.
Let's set it up. Just send me a message, let me know, and we definitely can set it up.
Gotta tell you, not only is she creative, she is such a wise woman. Oh, I gotta shout out Miss Rising Star. She's an author. She done wrote by 2-3 books. I think she just did a journal. I know she just published a book. Oh, I'm blasting all my peoples out because they deserve to get shined. So she's another. If she's willing, I would say that if she's willing, I would love for them to get on your show and have girl talk, all that good stuff. Yes.
Definitely, definitely. Just message me, let me know, and we can set something up. Would love to have you. You guys are welcome to come to the Dollhouse anytime here.
hmm
Do
Oh,
we
and
have any more
yeah.
questions for myself or Devon? Ladies and gentlemen, this is such a great conversation, and we went almost over an hour. This is almost an hour-long conversation, just about.
It do. Oh, I think there's some new residents coming. But yeah, any more questions?
Before we wrap up, this is such a great convo. It's such a great time, and we hope you all took something away from this conversation. So here's a little brief recap for those if you're just coming in on what you've missed. Before we conclude, we talked about balance. We talked about protecting your peace. We talked about protecting your mental energy, making sure you stay surrounded with the right group of people. We covered a number of things, mental health as well too. So we covered a number of things in today's interview, and we hope you all took something along with you that can be beneficial to help you
Mm,
along as well.
right.
Because that's what we're here for. You talk about it, you get it out there, and it goes back to what Lady Lavender, I think she said it, releasing it, releasing whatever it is that's bothering you on the inside, that guilt
I
or
think that
whatever's
was
bothering you. Mocha? Okay.
that might have been.
Yes, I think
Mocha been preaching. Both Mocha and Lady, they been preaching.
yes. The ladies said it in the comments, which is releasing it. And that's what we're all about here on this platform. I created a safe space for everybody to just come and just talk about whatever it is that's going on without talking about what's going on in the world so that people at home can watch and say, okay, I've been through that situation too. It hit close to home for me because I've been through that, or I know someone else who's been through that certain situation. So hopefully today's show helped a lot of people out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, and any actors, filmmakers, writers out there, any creativity peoples out there, don't be afraid to do what you're thinking. Don't be afraid.
Yeah.
That's the purpose of art, is to express, release, and break your balance, break your comfortness. Do it. And you'll be surprised what's on the other side of that fence. They say grass ain't green on the other side, but when you're an artist, yeah, it is. When you're an artist, yeah, it is. When you go in your own business, yeah, it is. Grass is greener on the other side. You just got to get there. Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, and not only that, but I'm optimistic. I look at the glass as half full, not half empty. So I
Mm-hmm.
always have an outlook on life where it's just like it's a little bit different than other people, the way you think. So everybody has their own way of thinking. But for me, I try to see it as this is going to happen. You manifest it, you put it out there. Definitely.
Mm-hmm. And I'm manifesting Lady Lavender to have her own studio because she needs it. Mm-hmm.
All
Oh,
right.
I know she gonna call me and be like, you ain't had to keep saying my name after the whole show. Yeah, I did.
All right, fashion dolls. If we don't have any more questions, I'm going to let Devon close it out with today's final thought.
Oh, final thought. All
Mhm.
right. Stay uncomfortable because if you get comfortable, you're gonna forget why you're living.
Yes.
So stay uncomfortable. Always learn something that you've always wanted to do, and always remember this: whatever business you work for, just know that's a stepping stool to learn something. What I mean by that, I have great um customer service skills and people skills because I worked at AMC and I worked at Johnson and Murphy. I worked at a restaurant. I know how to interact with different people. It just took me a little bit older to realize how to react with people. So just know your life chapters, there are reason. There's a reason why you do what you're doing. So yeah, but my closing thought: be uncomfortable with what you always stay uncomfortable. There we go. Always stay uncomfortable. So that way, when you get to the next chapter in your life, you know exactly how to handle it because you already went through it. Yep.
All right. And let everyone know where they can follow you and where they can check out Balance, Serenity, and Peace.
Oh, so you can go to. I'm pretty sure my link is on Instagram. That's DD. I'm gonna say it like this: dog, dog, boy, dog, and the number 3. So DDBD3. You can find me on Instagram right there. You can go to my link that's in my Instagram. It should be there to where you can watch Balance Serenity Peace and my first solo film, um, Element. You can watch that over there. Mm-hmm.
All right, fashion dolls. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Devon Tatum. It was such a great time with you. I knew we was gonna have a great time as always because we had this plan back in
Whatever.
January. I want to say we've been had this plan in the works. So
Mhm.
always a great time, and I'd love to have you back on again in the future.
Oh, I'll be back. Oh yeah, see, Lady Lavender, yeah, she helped me with Element.
Yes, and that's another thing before we go. The spelling is different, ladies and gentlemen. It's not ELE, it's
Yeah,
ELA. So,
ELA. So if y'all see, um, so if y'all see it and y'all thinking like, oh my God, he don't know how to spell. No, I spell like that on purpose because that's another thing of being different, being original. Just 'cause I'm like, hey, why not just spell it this way? Why not?
yes, it is definitely different. So, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Element and Balance Serenity Peace. Please
Oh,
go and check it out by
can
Yvonne Tatum.
can I give a little secret? I want
Go ahead.
to. I mean, only later level know this, but there's a secret with Element. This is just one stepping stone. This goes like think of Star Wars and Black Panther. Think of that. That's where Element is going. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right. So you guys just have to stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Now, joining me tomorrow, all week long, we have some amazing actors, directors, so much coming up throughout this week. Joining me tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, we have John F. Thomas. So make sure you guys tune in tomorrow at 4, and we will see you tomorrow at 4. Friday, we have Ronnie Hudson. So make sure you guys tune in. It's a great lineup this week. And again, please forgive me. I know we had a show booked Monday. Please forgive me, Fashion Dolls. We are going to get that one set. It was actually a girl talk, and I know you guys look forward to the girl talks that we have. We have some amazing women, and we just sit and shoot the breeze and chop it up. I know you guys look forward to. So we're going to get that one rescheduled. I promise. I have so much content up the ante for you guys coming out soon. So make sure you're following Style by Stevie. Subscribe to Style by Stevie Daytime. And make sure you guys head on over and like the talk show page on Facebook, Style by Stevie. I love you all, and we will see you guys tomorrow at 4. Take care, everyone.